No, we're not going to attack anybody in here right now. Okay, so when we left our hero, Jack Whatever, also known as Surfer Dude, with his cool glasses, we had just gotten into the Institute. And that being said, we have to introduce ourselves to the various heads of the department. And so we are going to go to Journal, and we're going to click the Institutionalized.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell me about this?
Cold fusion, for those of you who don't know, is one of those whack job theories that never came to fruition. To my knowledge, the only way to initiate fusions are temperatures and pressures that are so high that it would just shock you.
At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Okay, so what we got to do and institutionalize is introduce ourselves to the department heads. And when we talk about plot holes, one of the biggest things that used to bother me a lot was that you get this guy that comes into the institution and he's welcome with open arms and given the keys to the kingdom right away. And eventually it began to occur to me that the real problem here was not that. I wasn't understanding part of it. Father, your son, Sean, is looking for somebody to carry on his legacy. And his father, who is at best in his early 20s, I think, makes the perfect candidate to carry on his dreams for the institution. And so he's invested very heavily into you for that reason.
I saw you speaking with that Brendan Volkert earlier. What did he want?
Oh, nothing really. He sometimes has theoretical physics questions for me, though I think
Excuse me,
it's just
doctor?
Ah, it's you.
That's what I thought.
You're
He's a
here
good
then.
kid, but I'd appreciate
Yes,
it
yes,
if you didn't
I know who you
bother
are.
with work.
We all do.
We don't need any
While I'm
more
sure
distractions.
Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt
I'll
our
do my
work.
best to discourage him.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
A courser chip? What's it do?
The same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
By the way, Madison is never going to like you no matter what you do. So that's 1 of 4 out of the way. Now, you may question why I don't go ahead and
No visible reaction to the K-14
see Patriot. Well, there's a real reason for
The
that.
dosage will be much larger
And
this
the reason is very
time, and
simple.
the side effects will likely be more
If
pronounced.
you go the
I honestly don't know. I suppose
railroad
Virgil
route
can find
or
out. Now
the
hold still.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
There. All
or anything besides the
you can return to your
institution
duties, and remember to record every symptom and
activating
experience in detail.
I hope
Patriot
I'll prove a
just gets
useful
him killed.
Test subject for you, Doctor.
All right.
Doctor,
Talk to Allie.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. Allie Fillmore.
You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I wanted to kill the son of a bitch who murdered my wife.
Kellogg always was a cold bastard. If you ask me, we're better off without him. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live
And I
and work
see
in a
that
place
line
like
on
this.
her neck,
There's
and
a
I've
lot
been
of
noticing it
machinery
more and more,
behind
so
these
I may have
walls
to get the
that
next fix.
recycles the air
put in.
and water and provides power to the laboratories.
They are
and
out there
quarters.
if you'll
The work
go
we
on
do
to
might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as
Nexus
important.
mods, you'll
So,
do a search
now
for
that you're here and you've
Nexus
spoken to
into the
Father,
Fallout
does
4,
that mean
you'll
you're on
find
board?
it.
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Now, each of the division heads is fairly autonomous in this, in the institution. And so you get people like
You know
Justin
the protocol,
Ayo,
sir. Authorized personnel only.
So
who
Dr.
is a
Ayo
first-class
thinks he can
jerk.
hide in his office.
Nothing to report.
I'm pretty sure he's the one
Smell
who
like you've been
is
above
behind
ground.
all the
knock some heads
replacements,
What now?
synth
They're
replacements
dragging me,
of
sir.
personnel.
Targeting package upgrades I
top
have
side.
here.
Maybe
Glad
I should
you
take
made
some
it.
courses with me. Send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Hey, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions. It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
All right. So you see in this something that is kind of amazing. It's just group denial that they've created sentient free-willed machines. However, they did it. They ignore it over and over again. And when you get to bioscience, you'll see confirmation of that.
All systems nominal. Reporting status. All functions normal.
I
Bet it's
can't
pretty
imagine
boring
living
down
on
here
the surface.
compared to up there.
Sounds
Speaking
like
of which, we're heading straight to bioscience.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch?
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded
yet.
by geniuses.
I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Dr. Carlin's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Okay, so you've now done this bit. And you completed your quest. And now there are promises to keep, aren't there? Now behind this is the lab that Virgil put you on. And so you want to get in here, and there's a lot of background material here.
I'm through.
Alright, moving on along. There's Virgil's serum that we were talking about. What I wanted to show you here is a couple of things. There's his personal log, and here's his terminal. And as you begin to look through this, they're taking people and it's discarded, in other words, killed, and turning them into super mutants. And I'm guess discarded means they're released to the surface. You get an idea of what's going on here. And Dr. Zimmer is Justin Ao's superior who's disappeared out there somewhere. Which gives you an idea of what's going on. And subjects that have been submerged, I guess is what they're calling it. And they're obviously dead. Now if you continue on through these, you will find not a whole lot, but you will run a lot of combat. But it's been forever since I've been back through here, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, thank you, sir. Brother just brought me a chocolate shake. Pretty cool. Another terminal. And you'll notice that there are traps here. That's a Tulsa trap. So if you cross through that, it will hit you with that too.
Perimeter movement detected. Possible stealth unit. Resetting threat. Scanners detecting sentient life. Alert level elevated.
Sweet.
Standing down. Negative sensor read.
That's it.
Seconds cold. Sensor alert. Anomaly detected.
Just in case you had any doubts, just what sick things
Scanners
they're doing
clear.
in here. They were doing in here, I guess, would be more to the point. Now, adhesives are used for every mod out there, so if you run across it, you really ought to grab it.
Got it.
I don't have one of those yet. All right, maybe we should heal a little bit, huh? Like I don't have plenty of them.
Elimination subroutine.
All sorts of crafting stuff with him. Well, somebody's doing a little drinking on the job, weren't they? By the way, the code to getting more bobby pins is A, if you need them.
Yes.
If you like a really good way of finding laser turrets, It says what they were feeding them, cats.
Nice. Nice. That's it.
Anyway, my overall evaluation was that it was a waste of time, and going back and checking at a higher level shows that it was still a waste of
Dr.
time.
Carlin's doing some amazing
Dr.
things
Holdren's
with our
synth gorilla
genetically
project
engineered
is showing
crops.
promising results.
Okay, so that's done.
Excuse me.
Gotta have something like a chocolate shake. Okay, so we've done that bit. Now, you can instantly teleport to anywhere. And we're going to keep our promise to Virgil. I try to get that done very early for a specific reason.
Oh no. The body can repair tissue damage, but still.
Because it's nice to see him turn back human
This
and
can't
all
be
that,
good.
but he doesn't like it after you kill the Institute. And you can't blame him too much for growing up there, but I don't think he had a clue
Well,
what else they were doing.
I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
It did. But I pulled myself together.
I suppose you did. Now, what about the serum? Did you find it?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands of...
Something's bothering you. I can tell.
What do you want?
How are you going to
from
test
us?
it?
I mean,
On myself, of course. That was the
'Cause
plan. This serum will
I don't
only
wanna be alone.
counteract the specific strain of FEV that I infected
and that's
myself
what
with.
we are.
There's no
Friends?
telling what it might do to anyone else.
I have real feelings for you, of the more than friendship flavor.
Maybe we should try being more than best friends.
I've been waiting for you to be ready to take me back.
It's okay. You mean a lot to me, too. Who I fall for is my decision. And I've fallen for you. I can think of better things to get excited about.
How could I say no to someone like you?
Okay. So we'll let Virgil do his thing. And because we've got so many companions in here, he's not doing his thing yet.
All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
Hey.
You need something, yes?
Hey.
May I help you?
I wanted to make sure things were okay between you and me.
My feelings towards you are one of the few things I can process. We are, as you say, good.
Your thoughts?
So much to experience and feel. How can I fit it all in one lifetime?
That was it?
As you wish.
Okay, so we'll check with all our companions, see how we're doing with them.
Hi.
You're back. I guess that thing worked after all.
What's on your mind?
I'm dying to know. What's it like inside the Institute? And are you working with them or spying on them? What's the story with that?
It gets me inside the Institute. That's all that matters.
It's cool. Just be careful. Spying's dangerous work.
Protect and serve.
Okay, so we've done that bit. We'll talk to Virgil.
Virgil?
Here.
Sorry. Was there something else?
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever been tried before. I'm going to rest for a while. Come back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to do one other thing. The inventory, miscellaneous.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop.
So he's come to an epiphany and found his conscience. And he knows what the consequences are going to be. And I'm going to assume that's incident 5. Okay, so that's done. Which matches the two bodies in the container.
Must take care to reduce the...
All right, so we've done that bit. We need to get back into the Institute and fulfill our job.
day.
Good to see you.
Get rid of the rads that I got. Might help if I was the right deal. Get yourself with the right away, and you're good to go.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libritaria. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libritaria. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for everyone. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
So if you wander around here enough, you find out just how much the Institute's really been up to.
Hi. Isn't it wonderful here?
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge.
And here, to me, was about the final straw.
It was probably just a glitch in the nervous system.
Theoretical limits are made to be broken.
Software could use an update.
If it were just a limb twitching, perhaps. But her eyes were moving as well. Involuntary twitching and rapid eye movements while sleeping can only mean one thing, Max. You just don't want to admit to yourself what it is.
If you're about to launch into one of your impassioned speeches about artificial sentience and machines with souls, don't bother. I've heard enough of them by now. Hell, I could write them down from memory.
But we can't just ignore the question. If a synth can dream, why can't it have a soul? And if a synth has a soul, then it is a living person by every standard we can measure. Of course it is far more comfortable to think of them as machines, so we can do what we want with them.
If you disapprove of the work we do here, Dr. Benet, you know where to find the teleporter.
Now just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, not philosophers. You do well to remember that.
We're quite fortunate to have the synths to aid us.
With our third-generation synths, we've improved upon humanity.
Doc.
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third-generation synths are a true breakthrough, the culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
What makes them superior?
The list of improvements is exhaustive. I can talk for an hour and still not cover all of it. Imagine what you could accomplish if you could live without fear of hunger or disease. Imagine what you could create if you could spend every waking moment of your life as you saw fit.
with no need of sleep. Like I said, a momentous time.
So you have your mankind redefined. They want to replace everybody on
I
the
can't
surface
imagine
with
living on the
synths, and they're
surface.
not humans,
Sounds
so they
like
get
a
to control
nightmare.
them.
You smell like you've been above ground.
Hello, welcome. Please, step this way for processing.
And you can actually watch them being built.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've increased synth responsiveness by 0.04%.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Ah, it's you. You're finally with us. I'd just like to apologize for any trouble our synths may have caused for you on your way here. They, of course, couldn't be told of your identity, and they have very specific protocols for protecting themselves and Institute interests, most of which I designed myself. Not to make problems for you, though. Will you be staying with us then?
Dr. Ayo can't keep using my synth.
Yes, of course.
Ah, good. Sean is most pleased, I'm sure. He's been quite anxious to have you with us. If you require anything, especially as it pertains to synths, please let me know.
Hi, Doc.
Today is full of possibilities.
So they have ample evidence that they are creating human beings.
Good day.
In another form, refuse to acknowledge it. And you see that sort of thing when you get isolated groups like this. Alright, so we've done that bit. Now we're going to go to Libritaria and finish that up. And that will wrap up the today's video. When we finish the Libritaria scenario. So let's go back to maps. And Libritaria, if you've not been there, is here.
What do you call raiders at sea? Pirates.
We may not
I wonder
be
if they have
alone.
parrots like in a storybook.
I hear you.
So it puts you close enough that you actually end up in combat. Almost for minute one.
Continue those activities.
And by the way, if you go too far into this,
Drop dead already.
and you do not talk to X688,
Again, I have survived the Why is everything... Bien. Visual contact broken.
Okay, yeah, I think we've had enough fun
what was
here,
that,
and
huh?
I've got to get back to X688. The mighty guard dog. And hopefully that's the end of that.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Could you stop beating around the bush? Just get to it already.
Enemy sighted.
I'm the best.
And the Brotherhood does not hesitate to shoot anybody.
You are going down.
Waste of ammo.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence.
If it makes you feel better, I guess I have nothing better to do.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
And until you get that, that box checked off, you really haven't done anything with the quest. You complete the whole quest, but it will file you up later. And you have to go find X688 and get that box checked off. So it's just best for everybody to get it wrapped up.
I hear you.
I'm just getting started. Well, monsieur.
It's good to have friends.
Someone is nearby. Virgil.
I don't know about you, but the jerkiness in the frames is getting irritating. But it seems to be getting better as I eliminate the number of combatants. And I'm thinking that I'm getting to the end of what the program can handle.
Didn't we?
Monsieur, enemies are being dispatched.
Now, killing them now instead of later is just
I know you're here.
common sense, I guess. At least it is just to me.
I hear you.
Have you found something?
I don't have time for this.
By the way, once you finish
If you
the
feel you need to, then go ahead.
signal interceptor, as far as I can tell, the biometric scanners and military grade circuit boards and all that nonsense is just that. It's become vendor junk.
Bad idea. Unless you really want to piss me off. Someone must have seen where he went. Are you serious?
That's irritating when they hide. Alright, so the way over is to push the button here. And sometimes you get a better... There you go.
But again.
You killed him!
What's your problem?
Still alive? Within acceptable parameters. looking for the shooter. Armies.
Stubborn, I'll give you that.
I believe a sniper has found us. That is the right word, yes?
And I see we're getting a little low on health, so let's go ahead and deploy a stim pack here.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
Actually, I said that for curious sake, so actually I'm quite fine with violence.
We must... You are so very, very distracted.
He's trying to talk to me here.
Hey.
May I be of assistance?
Hey.
Do you have time? It is important to me.
You're pretty distracting yourself.
I had a point, a reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and I am flustered. Confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things, and I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you. Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
Jerry cracks me up. All right, so let's get this one wrapped up for today.
Well
Judging
done.
by your gear,
Very
I'm gonna guess
impressive.
you two are agents
Just
of the
like
Institute.
me.
So,
Made it to the top.
tell me, is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
Boss, are you okay? Gabriel! Take them out!
Not dangerous. Combat is quite vigorous exercise.
Nice work, sir. I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592. Your quarters are just...
All right, so we're done with that. Let's go talk to Nora.
Excuse me.
Of course. Anything you need.
How do you feel about our relationship?
I wouldn't want it any other way. I like having you close.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
It's okay. You mean a lot to me, too.
How do you feel about our relationship?
I don't know what to say.
That was it.
Of course.
Hi.
Always a pleasure.
Your thoughts?
These scenes we are after? Clearly he deserves his fate.
Are things okay between you and me?
I'm still adjusting to everything, but my feelings towards you are quite pleasant.
Didn't have anything else.
As you say.
What's up?
What's on your mind?
I'm dying to know. What's it like inside the Institute? And are you working with them or spying on them? What's the story with that?
It gets me inside the Institute. That's all that matters.
It's cool. Just be careful. Spying's dangerous work.
Hey.
Do you need something from me?
No, I don't. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for today. Especially given the way the system's performing. And then we will be dealing with the choices. If you guys want to see a specific ending, this is the time to tell me. One played out, I will accommodate accordingly. So your input here is requested and will be followed through on. My preference is to finish up with the Minutemen ending, but that is I'm going to leave it up to you, the viewer, as to what ending I choose. Tell me if you want the Railroad, the Institute, the Brotherhood, and or the Minutemen. All right, folks, you have a great day. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. And remember to like the video and to subscribe. Need all the subscribers I can get. You have a great day.